What about you, Sergio?
Rispetto
a come ci si sente essere qua questa sera
Ma sai,
dopo la vittoria di ieri?
Noi il cinema in Italia lo chiamiamo cinema, no? Qui il cinema lo chiamano industria. Questo stabilisce una visione delle cose completamente diversa. Poi io provengo da un cinema che in qualche modo ha insegnato cinema negli anni, però qui la fascinazione è assoluta, totale. Attraversi una strada e dici ma qui ci ha girato Tarantino, questa è una scena di un film, quindi c'è questa specie di colosseo della celluloide, no? Rispetto alla nostra fantasia, però il cinema europeo insomma, c'ha un peso secondo me anche nella loro cultura.
So, going back to the film, how did this movie find you?
I remember the first time I met Edward. I read the script, wonderful script, and the first time we met, you remember I told you it's bizarre for an Italian actor acting in English a character like this, because the language of the Vatican is or Latin or Italian, no? And he understood immediately. He said, okay, you speak your language, no? E questo mi ha dato una libertà straordinaria, no? Per cui anche questo mischiare le lingue che hanno un valore psicologico, perché alcune cose sono dette in latino, alcune cose in italiano e alcune cose in inglese. Ma non è casuale, non so se mi spiego, è psicologico. You look anxious.
You look anxious.
Hic et tu.
Hic et nunc!
La vita seminata da queste cose, questo soltanto un italiano lo può fare.
Se guardiamo la patria della nostra Santa Madre Romana Chiesa, noi la vediamo ormai punteggiata da minareti, moschee.
Queste cose piene di minareti, di cose, ma che è? Questo solo un italiano lo può fare. Meglio un anxious lo può fare anche in inglese. Non so se mi spiego.
I forgot by now. Was that in English in the script? I think everything was in English pretty much. So I remember we had a read-through with all the producers and the investors and all the cast. Sergio had changed everything to Italian. I hadn't told anyone, I think. And Rafe, because he speaks Italian, said, "Oh, I got to speak Italian then too." He changed everything. So suddenly half the movie was in Italian, and all the producers were like, and they came to me. I never told you. They came to me. Tessa came to me. Said like, "He's got to speak more English." So like, you got to change everything to English. And I said, "Too late now. We're shooting tomorrow." So.
That's great. And
questo
actually,
dà una verità al film straordinaria, perché non lo plastifica mai, rendo l'idea.
Yeah. And in fact, this leads me back also to your character. You were mentioning that you used to kind of different languages, Latin and Italian, according to the moment. Can you tell us more about the duality of your character in this sense? Because the cardinal that you're playing is obviously the villain of the film, and as much as we want to kind of root against him, in a way, I felt attracted to him as well. How did you strike that balance?
But you are always attracted. An actor is always attracted by the villain. Diciamo. Ma I disagree with all the words he says in the movie, but I think that the duty of an actor must be the best lawyer for his character. Don't touch Cardinal Tedesco,
Right.
even if I disagree with him. E quindi devi essere ancora più convinto se dici qualcosa sulla quale non sei d'accordo. Poi un po' quello che dicevo prima, c'è qualcosa di indossare quel vestito ed essere uguale, tutti uguali. Perché la cosa straordinaria è questa, che loro sono tutti vestiti uguali, no? Ma non sono uguali, no? Dentro c'è un uomo. E penso che uno dei valori più potenti del film sia quello di aver raccontato la fragilità umana di uomini della Chiesa che desiderano una donna, desiderano il potere, desiderano il denaro. E questo che è straordinario.
Doubt is a central theme in this film, and I just wanted to ask you more about it. How did you want to portray this theme besides the dialogue, and how did you, deal with the theme of doubt and the role of your character, which seemed to have absolutely no doubts?
No doubt.
Yes, your character doesn't hesitate about anything. He's sure about this.
Yeah, the best lawyer of the...
Of course.
Don't forget. No, la religione cattolica si fonda su io sono il verbo, io sono la parola, io sono la verità. Il potere della Chiesa si fonda sul segreto, che è il contrario della verità.
What do you have to say about this?
Well, the theme of doubt was very important in the film, especially through Rafe, who lives it, and who has that wonderful speech about doubt and certainty that shocks everyone around him, including Tedesco. And I think that was the speech that drew me and Rafe to the film, because I have it all the time with every decision. But when he says, I'm going to speak everything in Italian, do I know if this is right? No, I have a feeling that it would be good because, logically it makes sense. But you never know if that's... So I think what I'm trying to say is we all have doubt in our jobs. And when you shoot this film in Rome, you realize, you look out the window and you see a nun having a coffee downstairs and a priest having a smoke and an archbishop with a briefcase going, and you realize they're all just going to work. And like we go to work in the morning, and of course they have iPhones and cigarettes and vapes, and they drink coffee, and they have modern espresso machines and stuff, and that's the wonderful thing. And you make a film about humanity and human frailty, and that was interesting to us. And human frailty embraces doubt, and so that was an inherent part of the movie, and especially within Rafe's character.
Creativity embraces doubt, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. I just maybe want to touch the topic, at least mention it, the role of women in film, especially because, we have our own Isabella Rossellini, as it has been said, nominated for Best Supporting Role. Obviously, and I'm quoting here, the women are silent in the church, in the Vatican, but they are not silent in this film. They have ear and eyes, and in fact, the dialogue, the speech that Isabella makes is one of the turning points of the film. I was working with Isabella, and how would you describe the role of women in this film?
The role of women in the film is a representative of the role of women in the Catholic Church. So yes, Isabella phrases it and says that we're meant to be silent, but we still have, and yet we have eyes and ears.
Although we sisters are supposed to be invisible, God has nevertheless given us eyes and ears.
Rafe is not at the center of the movie, of the proceeding. He's at the center of the movie, but not at the center of proceeding. He's like a person who's in the second or third row, trying to be not in the limelight, his character. Isabella's character is supposed to be in the 20th row, like in the last row, just observing things, serving the men so they can make their decision. And that's how it is in the Catholic Church, but obviously in the movie, she represents the role of femininity throughout the film, that then later, you all saw the film, comes out in different parts, and the film ends with focusing on 3 laughing nuns walking away, and Rafe smiles at, he opens the window and lets the light in and the human laughter in, femininity in, and that for me that is sort of Isabella's role that, and Carlos Diaz's role that crack open that the oldest patriarchy in the world, and in the end it's a movie about, you know, the hope, the possibility of change. Things change, and they will change. They might take time in the Catholic Church, but they change everywhere, and eventually, I'm certain, will play a bigger role in the Catholic Church as well. But it's not so much, for me, it just symbolizes. It's not so much about the Catholic Church, it's about the world, you know. It's like, it's symbolized anyway. It happens to take place in the church, but it doesn't, it's not limited to it in my mind.
Absolutely, and this leads me onto the topic of how, you know, cinema can shape a different reality, how cinema can inform the world we live in, and, you know, how the influence is mutual. Would you like to say something on that, Sergio?
I want to say just a thing about the last imaging of the movie. It is amazing, because it's a movie very, very, come si dice, costruito, very built.
Very well built.
Imagine very strong, very hierarchical, no? At the end, 3 girls that cross and ridono, sono contente.
Yeah, they're laughing and they're
Hanno aperto una finestra.
they're
Ed
free.
è un'immagine che ancora fa venire i brividi, perché sembra appartenere quasi a un altro film. Nel senso che sembrerebbe la prima scena di un film che racconta di un cambiamento.
That ending scene
Questo
looks
in
like a
inglese
scene.
l'avrei, mi dispiace che non dico così bene, in italiano l'ho detto benissimo.
Yes, and just before concluding, talking about change and symbolism, my last question would be about all the symbols that are in the film, and I would like to ask the both of you your take on just one of them that really struck me a lot, which is the turtles. I know this is a common question. So turtles can symbolize many things. They move slowly but steadily, and eventually at the end of the film they reach Cardinal Lawrence, but he decides to take them back.
No one can ask the church to be modern. Church can't be modern, perché the Catholic Church is not an industria. Is the, come si dice, custode?
It's the custodian, the keeper.
Is the keeper of a secret. Is the keeper of a secret in fede. You can't ask to the fede to change. You can't ask the, come dire, le prove.
You can't ask proof.
Or you believe or you not believe. You can't ask the church to be modern. So I great respect about all the dialogue about the church that must be progressive, has no vocation of the church. La Chiesa deve proteggere quel dogma. Un'immagine come quella che abbiamo visto qua quando c'è stata la cosa di Trump, l'inaugurazione l'arcivescovo di New York che ha detto quella cosa cioè quell'intervento politico è inimmaginabile. Lo può fare un prete di strada, ma non una figura così importante dal punto di vista politico. Cioè se fosse stato per gli italiani la rivoluzione protestante non ci sarebbe stato. È un paradosso.
Of course, thank you for your time, for this beautiful movie, for the gift that you gave us, and wish you all the best. In Italian we say in bocca al lupo. In bocca al lupo. In bocca al lupo. Viva il lupo.
Viva il lupo!